Have you used Lookup Classes or Schedule Planner to choose your MTSU class schedule? This video will take you through the next step. Let's take a look at how to register for classes from the Lookup Classes tool. Do you already have CRN numbers for your classes? If so, keep watching for info on how to use the Add or Drop Classes screen to register. If you have looked up a class in Lookup Classes and you're ready to register for it from within the Lookup Classes tool, just click the box to the left of the class and then simply press Enter. Alternately, you can scroll to the bottom of the page and click Register to register for the class, or you can click Add to Worksheet. This will add the CRN for the class to your list of CRNs on the bottom of the Add or Drop Classes page. This is particularly helpful if you need to also add a lab for the class, such as with a science lecture. At this point, you'll be taken to the Add or Drop Classes screen. Make sure the class is listed in the current schedule listing, and then click Class Search to return to Lookup Classes to begin the search for your next course. Did you run into any problems? If so, I'll talk about some common issues and their fixes later in the video. Let's take a look at registering for classes from the Add or Drop Classes screen. If you already know which classes you want to add, such as if you used the Schedule Planner tool and you have their CRNs or course reference numbers, you'll enter those CRNs on the Add or Drop Classes screen. In Pipeline, go to Registration and Student Records, then click on Add or Drop Classes, the shopping cart icon. Choose the semester you want to register for and click Submit. If this is your first time visiting this screen, you might see the financial responsibility statement first. If so, read through it carefully, then click Accept at the bottom. It's long and boring, but it's always important to read the fine print when you're talking about money. Next, there may be some questions about a couple of immunizations. After answering them, click the Add or Drop Classes link again. You should now see Add or Drop Classes at the top of the screen. You may have important information at the top, such as prescribed courses you're required to take. You'll also see helpful tips and links there. Scroll down to the bottom to the Add or Drop Classes worksheet. Type each of your selected CRNs into the boxes. And then click Submit Changes. Make sure the classes are then listed as web registered. Did you run into any problems? I'll talk about some common issues next. If one or more of your classes is listed under a header of registration add errors, this means the class wasn't added to your schedule. Let's look at some of the common reasons this happens. Permission of department means the class requires a permit. It may be restricted to students at a certain stage in the major or who have completed a certain requirement, such as an application process. To request permission or ask about any such requirements, contact the course instructor for assistance. To find the instructor's email address, look up the class in Lookup Classes. Click on the CRN, then on the email icon to the right of the instructor's name. Tip: if a blank email to the professor doesn't pop up, look at the bottom left of your screen when you hover over the email icon to see the email address. Prerequisite required means the class has requirements that you don't meet, typically a particular course that you need to pass first. To see the prereqs for a class, look up the class in Lookup Classes, click on the CRN, then click on the name of the class at the top. Scroll to the bottom to see find a list of prereqs. In most cases, you'll need to meet that requirement, then come back and take this course later. A prereq error can also mean that this section is reserved for a specific type of student and you aren't in that category. For example, an honors course or a class for dual enrollment students. You'll know if a section is special because it has a letter at the front of the section number. A D, for example, means it's an online class. An H is for honors, a J is for dual enrollment. You'll see some other common letters here, but you'll also see others in lookup classes. Check the attribute section and look up classes for more info on that class's intended student group. Closed means the class doesn't have any spots left. If the class has a wait list option available, you can choose to join the wait list, a virtual line for the next available spot. Google MTSU waitlist for more info. If no wait list is available, but you want or need this class, check lookup classes periodically to watch for open spots. Must also register with another course means that this class has a co-requisite. For example, most science courses require a lecture plus a lab. You have to register for both courses at the same time by listing both CRNs on add or drop classes before submitting changes. To see the co-requisite for a class, look up the class in Lookup Classes, click on the CRN, then click on the name of the class at the top. Scroll to the bottom to find the co-req. In some cases, specific sections of lecture and lab classes have to be paired together. To see a list of all the lecture and lab sections for the class you're adding, click the Display Co-reqs link at the bottom of the Add or Drop Classes page. Select the subject and click Submit, then scroll down to the applicable class. Are you stuck? Ask for help. Your academic advisor or the MT One Stop will be happy to help you figure out what's wrong and how to fix it. If your major is in the College of Behavioral and Health Sciences, you can find your advisor's name and email address, as well as a link to schedule an appointment at mtsu.edu/CBHS-ADV. If your major is in another college, visit mtsu.edu/advising and click on your college for your advisor's info. For assistance from the MT One Stop, you can visit them in person on the second floor of the Student Services building, or you can visit their virtual front desk. The easiest way to get to it is just to Google MT One Stop Zoom, but you can also see the link here on the screen. You can also email them at mtonestop@mtsu.edu.